cent. Frequent flight seat like 7 cents. Shopping spree, spend about 100 G's. Eyes bloodshot, never sleep.
It's from
Connected at the bottom like the letter V. So accustomed to the pop, we don't even blink when them shots go off. Get the clock show off. Dickie shorts, baggy belt, box of bricks. See marathon is where you ought to be. Shopping spree, spending thousands on designer jeans. Exotic women, Mercedes Benz with bucket seats. Pretty feet, pretty hair that blow in the breeze. It's pretty rare.
Now taking the field from the west, number 1, Corey Jeremiah. Number 2, Tyrone Jones III.
I'm turned up because I grew up in the 60s. Caution, to you sitting there trying to diss me. I go hard, so I don't chance when I flip me. Big gun, I'm sticking to rivals in the rosary.
Number 3, Bynum Nathaniel. Number 4, Arian Noriega Jr. Number 5, Caleb Bandel. Number 6, Kelton Forbes. Number 7, Logan De Silva. Number 8, Ethan Mopres. Number 9, Miles Cervantes. Number 10, Sal Guerrero. Number 11, Rylan Bermeo. Number 12, Jaden Harris. Number 15, Gabriel Torres. Number 16, Jaden Haygood. Number 17, Jadon Shabaglian. Number 21, Jaden Flores. Number 22, Justin Donahue. Number 24, DJ Sanchez. Number 25, Isaac Hernandez. Number 33, Jordan Visperis. Number 44, Peyton Chase. Number 51, Mailongi Toki. Number 52, Chase Graff. Number 54, Jaden Visperis. Number 55, Ethan Chase. Number 56, Moni Leulu. Number 61, Uni Kingston Iosa. Number 71, Noah Lata. And number 97, Royce Mendoza. The West is coached by Larry Johnson, Dylan Pruitt, Eric Elizondo, Nehemiah Tia, Nate Tia, Brian North, head coach Jonathan Marquez. The East, number 0, Devon Johnson. And now taking the field for the East, number 0, Divine Johnson. Number 1, LaSavion Carr. Number 2, Munachi Elias. Number 3, Riley McLovane. Number 4, Akai Beavers. Number 5, Elijah Xavier Soriano. Number 7, Kamari Robinson. Number 8, Jeremiah Aravalos. Number 9, Kason Pauneto. Number 10, Walter Servine IV. Number 11, Troy Finau. Number 17, Richard Archiga. Number 21, Kit Gage Jones. Number 22, Devin Cisneros. Number 25, Jacob Villarreal. Number 42, Luke Hanna. Number 44, Capono Keana Aina. Number 50, Foto Laguno. Number 52, Kai Watson. Number 54, Santino Di Santiago. Number 55, Roman Valdez. Number 62, Mario Reyes. Number 66, Christian Lynch. Number 67, Elias Rivera. Number 74, Chase Morris. Number 75, Rico Taimani. Number 77, Christopher Herrera. Number 83, Karen Saunders. And number 9, Uaine Hoiunuga. Assistant coaches, Diego Zamora, Dylan McCreary, Miles Garcia, Spencer Guilford, Dion Mejia, Tanner Jones, and Dion Leonard. The East is head coached by Steven Amoko.
Good evening, football fans, and we're here at Valley Christian High School in San Jose, California, where we're just about to get started with the 7th annual One Vision 8th grade All-Star Game. I'm Mike Messner. I'll be bringing you all the action, and along with me here is Marcus Tribble, who has quite a bit of experience both with these kinds of games and with One Vision. So, Marcus, tell us a little bit about the action we're going to be seeing tonight.
We're basically going to be seeing the top 8th graders within Northern California, from as far as San Jose, Morgan Hill, Gilroy area, all the way. I think we have a couple from the Seaside area, San Francisco, Palo Alto, all throughout the peninsula that all come together to play this game. Now, One Vision is really a unique way for students that might not get a chance to play as much competitive athletics to have that chance. What can you tell us about that organization? Well, what it is that it started with our CEO, Aaron Noriega, who pretty much started off as a training company, training athletes and getting them prepared for whatever season or sport that they were playing. And then one day we came together and created a senior bowl basically for the 8th graders, for the kids who've been playing the youth football for the last few years, and giving them a head start going into high school. So basically what it is that it's almost as a program. These kids get 6 weeks of practice. They also get, we do a gala for the parents and the students. We're giving them the whole experience of getting prepared for a championship game, how to conduct yourself. I'm getting ready to go into high school as a student athlete.
Now, so these really are the kids that are the best of the best in youth football around the area, is that correct?
That is correct.
And what kind of leagues have they been playing in up to now?
We have them from all over. We have them from the Pop Warner leagues. We have them from the elite CYF league, AFL leagues. So basically all over. We choose the athletes. We don't choose by league. We choose who are the best. We have coaches who send us films of guys that they feel could play in this game, parents, and even the players. We have scouts that actually send us some of the players that they see, and then we invite them to an invite-only combine where they get to show their skills.
And will a number of these players then be starting on varsity during their first or their second years? Are they going to have to pay their dues?
Some do, some don't, but majority of the players that leave this program, they end up being a factor at the respected high schools that they go to, and a lot of them end up going to do great things. I mean, a lot of our guys have been all league players for over the last 7 years we've done this game. A lot of our guys that started in this game are now in college. So some of the guys from our first year doing this are now at UC Davis, San Diego State, South Oregon. We have Southern Oregon and then some of the JCs, and then they're getting their scholarships to go on. And that was our main goal, is to get these guys prepared and also bring community together. We invite a lot of the high school coaches within the local area, parents, families. A lot of the leagues and organizations support the guys that have been playing for them for the last 4 or 5 years.
Now, Marcus, as we look around here, you can see that there's a number of people who are wearing green and yellow, and to the uneducated observer, you might think that we're in Eugene rather than San Jose.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Well, what we do is decide to really give them a college experience, and what we do is that we take different colors from different college teams and put those together for our colors for the game each year.
The East will be receiving.
And so that gives the kids, something to be proud about and get excited for.
Now, is there a particular reason why they chose Oregon this time?
That was just one that came up this year. Last year, it was my alma mater. We had Florida A&M colors last year, and now this year, we're looking at Oregon. So we have a couple of the Oregon Duck colors going on this year.
Yeah, I would recommend that for anybody that's listening in from One Vision, blue and yellow for UC Davis. That is my
national anthem will be sang by Kanika
Well, I think we
Sanchez.
just had the coin toss over here. I wasn't sure who actually won it. And the East won the coin toss, I've just been told, and we will be starting the national anthem in just a couple of seconds.
Yes, looks like we will. So I guess
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight clouds we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, that was the national anthem, and I don't know that I've heard a more beautiful rendition in a long time, Marcus.
Hey, that's how we do it. One Vision, man. Everybody here is a winner. They come out here ready to go to work and try to do the best and give the best for the community. So even the national anthem is going to be a great thing. Yes, you know.
And well, it should be.
Yes, sir.
Well, it should be. Well, as we said, the East won the toss. The East in white to the left of your screen. The West, of course, in the green. That will be taking the field now to the right. And I believe that the East may have deferred to the second half.
That is correct.
Now, Marcus, are there any particular players on either side that our viewers should be keeping an eye on tonight?
Yeah, we have a few, actually, Mike, that are going to be some guys to look at. I mean, we have, like I said, both the quarterbacks on each team are going to be something to watch. I mean, you have, on the West team, you have Caleb Bandel, who's just, he's a column. We were calling him mini Peyton Manning out there because the kid, he has that tall height, see over the line, can see the field. He can throw it anywhere you want it, and he has the receivers that can go out there and get it. But then on the other side, you have Manachi Elias, who's an athletic. He's like a Lamar Jackson type. The kid, if nothing's there, he's going to take off and use his legs, and he's going to go. And if you don't catch him early, he's going to be on the move. So those two right now, I want to see how the quarterback play goes. But as the game goes on, we're going to get into some of these defenders that are going to be defending them. There's going to be some defenses that we see today and some defenders that are going to be okay.
And there we go with the beginning of the last football game of the season. And I think a whistle may have gone.
It looks like somebody took off a little early.
Yeah, it looks that way. So we're going to take it back and do it again. Well, yeah, you were talking about Caleb Bandel, and you talked about the perspective that he has. I mean, the man is 6'3", okay, 158 pounds, okay, and this guy's in 8th grade.
Yes, sir.
And I'm, well out of 8th grade. I'm only 6'2".
Right.
So to look up at an 8th grader for me would be a very unusual experience and a little bit unnerving.
Yeah. He's already the height of a prototype quarterback. So you just take it from there. So you think in the next 4 years what this kid's going to be.
Now a little bit of confusion, but we do have a good run back now from about the 5. Breaking through, he makes it to just about the 31-yard line. And that's how this game gets started. And here comes the East Side with Stephen Anawoko as their head coach.
And it looks like that play was ran by number 21, Gage Jones, on that run. Got us some good yards there.
That's right, and he's with the Morgan Hill Raiders.
Yes. And
not the biggest kid out there, but certainly knows his way around a football field.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, he wouldn't have made it here if he did know what he was doing. But now we want to check out, right now I'm looking at the West defense right now. We want to make sure we keep a close eye on that secondary. They have a lot of dangerous kids out there on that secondary. They're running a 4-2-5 defense.
Out of the gun.
There he goes.
And he's going to go around the left side just a little bit and picked up about 4 there. And I believe the ball carrier there was...
It's number 44.
And that is Kapono Kianaina. And 5'8", 206 from the Bayside Broncos. And he had a nice little jump cut there to the left.
This kid's a hammer. If he gets out in open space, he's going to be a problem. From what I heard at practice, he was over there giving a lot of his teammates the business, running the football.
Well, he'll be certainly a big cog tonight in that machine.
Looks like they're going trips tight.
Bunch formation, and now he moves. He's going to keep it himself, and he is off to the races. Breaks one tackle, got away, and then into West territory, down to about the 48-yard line after a pickup of, call it 20, not quite, or maybe just a little bit more.
And that's what I was saying about Menache, his speed and his agility. Let's look at him right here. Watch how he bobbles the ball here. He makes the mistake, but he makes up for it with his legs. The kid's an athlete. Look at that.
Now, you think that was a design play? You think he was just trying to extend that?
He extended it. You see, once he bobbled the ball in his hands, he already knew, okay, we already lost time on the play, whatever it was, and I'm going to go ahead and take it and get us something positive. And he made something out of nothing.
So that's opportunism right there, and it's a 1st and 10 for the East.
Yeah, the improvisation of this kid is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Once more out of the gun. One setback. Hands off and running along the right side, and he'll pick up a few, and he's brought down at about the 42-yard line after a gain of about 7 there. And that was Riley McIlvain from the San Jose Hit Squad there.
Yeah, and he was tackled by number 4, Aaron Noriega Jr. So it looks like, yeah, and this is the funny thing about Riley McIlvain, he's a second-gen player. His brother played in our first One Vision All-Star game. Isaiah McIlvain, who actually was playing safety at San Diego State University as we speak. And so his little brother now is in this game. So he's been watching this game for a while. Now he's here.
So he's got a legacy. Okay, wishbone offense. Okay, dropping back, and there's a marker down, and the ref didn't see anything, and I think there might have been a false start there.
Yes, sir. Looks like it was a false start.
Yep, that is going to be a false start, and somebody on the don't know exactly who it was, but that's going to give them a little bit of a setback, and that's the first penalty of this game.
Oh, they're going back to it.
From the 46.
And I couldn't see who it was.
We're right back on it.
But we are back, and screen pass, and that one, he's down to the 25, breaking tackles, gets away, and he is into the red zone.
Pass is complete from number 2, Elias.
And a great shot there, and that is, again, that is Menache Elias,
yes,
who doing what he does best.
And that was to number 9, Kaysen Paneto, and he's from the Gilroy Browns. The Gilroy Browns organization has brought some of the best athletes that we've had consistently in this game. I mean, every year there's a guy who just comes out of nowhere and just completely is so fundamentally sound. So a big shout out to the Gilroy Brown program with the athletes and the job they're doing with those guys.
And we will be saying more about the West defense, because that's just only fair that we do that. But right now they don't have an answer to what the East is doing. And now another keeper along the left side, and I think he's gotten wrapped up fairly quickly.
Well, there it goes right there, and that's the swarming of their defense right there. I mean, he was tackled by number 44. I think it's number 44 there was Peyton Chase, one half of the twins that are on. I think there's 2 sets of twins we got on the West team, but Peyton Chase is the linebacker. Also played for the Los Gatos Longhorns. He just made that tackle on that play, strung him out.
Correct, and he is one of 7 or 8 of the Los Gatos Longhorns.
Yep.
That are representing the West Side here, and they reacted very well. They read that out. And I think they were there right from the very beginning, Marcus.
Yeah, they stretched it out. That's what I mean by the speed, though, of the West defense is there. It's just that I think once they settle down a little bit, I think they're going to go ahead and
loss of 1 on that one. Now going deep, and that one's going to be, and I think the receiver might have slipped up there.
Yep. Looked like he got lost in the lights there. And that looked like it was going again to Riley McIlvain.
Yeah, and he cut left, and Elias threw right, so not much luck. Let's see if we can see that one again. And well-thrown ball, just not well placed, and fortunately for them, Defender was not expecting that, so no interception, but that's going to bring up our first third down.
Yeah.
And it's 3rd and long from the 19.
And it looks like to me that the West defense is now settling down. I'm just waiting to see once the number 1 pick overall, DJ Sanchez, number 24 from the West. I'm waiting to see when he's going to get activated. He was the number 1 pick overall.
And that one's going to be another loss all the way back to the 25-yard line. Did you notice, Marcus, that in the early stages, the West opened up with a 4-man defense? Now in that last series, they went back to the 3.
Yep. Well, I think they probably went to a 3-3-5 front because, like I said, their strength is in their DBs and their secondary using their speed and their linebackers. Mm-hmm. And that was a good tackle. That was a Royce Mendoza playing from the Morgan Hill Raiders, playing defensive end on that left side. Man, he came down and he sealed off that outside, forced him and strung him out.
That is what I would call a missed assignment right there.
Hey, that was a big play right there. That brought him back. Now we're 4th and 15.
Well, what do you do here, Coach? Are you going to go for it? Or are you going to?
They're going to go for it. I don't think they got a kicker out there who's going to kick that 40-yarder, so we're going to go ahead and see what they're going to do.
All right. He has the ball, and he's going for it, and a flag down. He did catch it, but I'm not sure what happened there.
And that was to number 1.
That's to LaSavion Carr, I think.
Yeah, LaSavion Carr, and he is actually from a long line of athletes. His uncles played at Oak Grove High School, and one of his uncles played at San Jose State, which would be Jabari Carr. So this kid comes from a long line of athletes, receivers, running offensive weapons.
And I think we may have had an OPI there.
Well, we had offensive pass interference, so we're taking them back.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot in any stage of the game, but certainly not in 8th grade.
Hey, but these kids are at another level, I'm telling you. When I tell you some of the things that these kids can do now, it's amazing. I wasn't thinking about making some of the plays that these kids make.
So now we got 4th and 16, and you can bet they're going to go for it again. This time they're lining 3 wide receivers off to the right side. I don't think they're going to go with a tight end. They do have 1 running back.
Yep, looks like they're in a trips wide.
Yes, and I think it's going to be a cover 6 defense there. Well, now we got a little bit of an official's timeout.
Oh, yeah, they're moving the ball back because it was a pass interference because they had to move it back.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 15 back the other way.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
So now it's 4th and 30.
Okay, and now I think they definitely are not going to go for field goal.
No.
All right. Well, this time I think they're just trying to get that first down back.
I think we're going to look for Carr again on this one. So,
yep.
Yeah, we're going to go back. They're going to play a deep prevent.
Yep, and another flag.
False start.
Yep, I think one of the wide receivers may have gone a little early there.
Yep, false start. They're getting I think nerves are getting them on this one.
Yeah, and that's 2 or 3. No, that's the 3rd penalty that's been called on this East team.
Yes.
In this possession. And that is something that their coaches cannot be happy about. And if I'm not mistaken, LaSavion Carr might have been lined up in the neutral zone there.
Yeah, you got to check in with the refs. That's just, like I said, the little fundamental things right now. And like I said, this is a big stage for them. I mean, if you look at the crowd, you look at the stands, you see the big lights. Most of their games they played were all in the daytime on a Saturday in the morning or in the afternoon. So this is their first time really getting in under the big lights, but get used to it because that's what you're going to see all next year.
Yeah, all the next 4 years, really.
Yes, sir.
Friday Night Lights. Well, we got a timeout here on the field, so we'll step aside. It's 0-0. We got 7:15 left to go in the first quarter. Don't go away.
As one of the Bay Area's first nonprofit hospices, Mission Hospice and Home Care has been a leader in serving our community for more than 40 years. We provide personalized care for people with serious illness to help them maximize their quality of life and make the most of their time with loved ones. We align our care with the patient's values and goals, and we coordinate that care with the patient's primary care physician. We can help manage pain and symptoms and offer emotional, practical, and spiritual support for the entire family. Our care is covered by Medicare and most other insurance. We are fortunate enough that donations from our community help us serve people regardless of their medical coverage or ability to pay. We also offer grief support groups and educational programming free of charge to our local community. To learn more about how we can support you or a loved one, contact us to arrange an informational phone call or a visit from one of our nurses. Thank you.
Welcome back to Valley Christian as we've got 4th and 36 now for the East team, and there's a long snap, and they are going to punt it away, and the kicker had to run a little bit to the right side, and the West is quite happy to let that one go, and they didn't even make an attempt to cover that. I wonder, was there another marker on the field? Marcus, did you see anything?
I think it might have been, again, I don't think the refs were ready for the punt.
Ah, there you go.
I think they just weren't ready. I think they snapped it before they were ready to let it go after the timeout.
And really, that's another sign of nerves, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we have another false start here.
Yes, we do.
Oh, wow.
It really seems to me that it's a matter of discipline, that, you know, these young men have not really had a whole lot of time, you know, playing football. And as you said, it's a completely different setting for them.
Yes.
Different time, different place, different weather.
Yes.
And so they're having to adjust to not only the physical setting, but they're also having to get into a new mindset, and that might be throwing off their concentration a little bit. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, of course. And like I said, it's the big lights, big crowd, you know, big game. You know, all those things come into play. And so this is where you see who's who, and this is just getting them ready.
And that one, and we have another flag. And this drive just ran out of gas.
Right. They literally, for every yard gain, they've went back to the 50, while they used to be on the 20.
My goodness.
They were threatening.
Oh, my goodness. Now, that one,
I think that was on the defense.
I think that might have been offside, yes.
Because the rule is that there's no rushing the punt has to go. There's no rushing the punter. So while they're rushing the punter, that's what's happening. Looks like we're going to have they can't rush the punter in the game. The rules are the rules. It is an all-star game. We want to see the kids perform. So it looks like we just had one of the officials from One Vision. It's Aaron Noriega, our CEO. He just came out to let them know, remind them of the rules. So we're probably going to just let it replay instead of giving them the penalty, just to remind them of the rule.
Yep, no harm in doing that because, as you said, this is about the kids performing, showing us what they can do.
Right.
No sense in anybody getting hurt if we can avoid it. So we'll try that punt for a third time. And that time, nobody moved.
Now we got some action.
Now we have the run back. Now
Here
he's going to double back, and he's being caught and slammed to the turf, and he'll be down at about the 23-yard line, and that's where the West will take over.
And it looks like he was tackled by Kason Paneto, he made a big play on special teams. He was the one that made the big catch to bring him down to the 20. Now he's making plays on special teams. And also in this game, see, the offensive players, everybody plays one way, offensive and defense. But the beauty of it, on special teams, on defensive special teams, the offensive guys get a chance to play a little defense. And on the offensive side of the special teams, kickoff return, punt return, the defensive guys get to play a little bit of offense. So we kind of try to balance it out, but everybody pretty much gets selected and recruited to play the position we see that fits best and what fits best for the program, for the coaches in their system.
And that is going to be the story in 99 out of 100 high school football teams, isn't it? That you're not going to specialize in one particular phase of the game. Yeah,
you're going to go what's best for the system of the high school that you go to. I mean, if you play the game, as a coach, I've had guys who played running back probably all through youth, and they just didn't fill out to be a running back for high school, but they might be one of the best wide receivers we have, or even be a DB. So once they convert it and embrace it, next thing you know, sky's the limit.
That was Bynum Nathaniel on the return. He got wrapped up, as we saw, very dramatically by special teams, and now we're going to take it back a few yards.
Is it a holding call on that?
I think it must have been. So that is penalty. I think we had 6 penalties in a matter of about 5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. The refs seem to be a little chippy this cold evening, a little frigid themselves. So let's see what the West defense is gonna. Let's see what the West offense is gonna do against this East defense.
And that is Caleb Bandel from the Longhorns.
The handoff.
And he does pick up. I think that was more of an up-the-gut run, so not a whole lot there. And I think he was stopped at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like there was leading that charge was number 11 there, Troy Phenom on the lead, the linebacker there, the inside backer there for.
Well, let's see that again. So, yes, it was straight through, and I think he picked up 1. And that was about it. And I think it was LaSavion Carr that might have been in on that stop as well.
Well, LaSavion's the receiver. It was number 11. That was
Phenom. 11. I only saw the 1.
Yeah, number 11. That's
Troy Phenom. You're absolutely
right. Yeah, he's right there in the inside there.
Now, swing pass out to the right, and he'll pick up about, 8 or 9. Okay, who was that on the reception? That was Jadon Shabaglian, also a Longhorn.
Yep, number 17. Yep, again. Longhorns, you see the quarterback was a Longhorn to his guy, the other Longhorn, which would be Savion. So that combination, Longhorn to Longhorn, they've probably been doing that all season.
Yeah, well, they trust each other.
Yep, there you go. They have that chemistry. So it looks like we're going in with trips on the wide side of the field, with single high. We got a single safety over the top. We'll see what happens here.
One setback, and the ball is handed off to the tailback there, and he's up to about the 32.
Oh, and he takes a shot by number 10. Walter Servine, the 4th, with the shot.
And we got another marker down on the field. I believe that was Justin Donahue on the run there.
Mm-hmm.
And he did take a shot there. And that may be an unnecessary roughness.
Well, he had a holding. It's actually it was
it's against the West. You're right.
Holding call on the West.
So easy to do. At all levels of the game that you just get so involved in stopping your man from making the blitz or trying to set up the run. And of course, some inside football is that, run defense is very different from pass defense.
Yes.
But it's so easy just to get so caught up in the moment you forget to let go of your guy.
Of course. And like I said, these guys are ready to play aggressive and play hard. There we go.
Now he'll keep it. Going for a pass, and that wide open there.
Number 9, Cervantes.
And that is Cervantes. That's right.
Yep, that was Miles Cervantes. A quick story about that. I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school with his father. Now I'm sitting here watching his son play. That's a
no fooling.
Quick fun fact, yeah. So Miles Cervantes comes from a long line of athletes, too. His dad was a black belt.
No fooling.
No fooling. So the kid's tough.
So he's on the hit squad.
Yeah, we have a couple of hit squad guys, and that's another organization that has a strong community base.
5'5", 127 pounds, and fast as a rocket.
Yes.
And that's going to be a first down for the West. Their first down of the game. And not much there as they're trying to go up the gut.
And it looks like leading the charge on that was number 60 for the East.
I don't have a 60 on
50,
the roster.
Then that must be Fotu Lavulu.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at it.
And he almost ran into his own man there a little bit.
Yeah, that defensive front right there for the East is clogging the holes. Looks like they're going to have their biggest strength might be on the outside there. It seems like they're having more success on the outside. That front fours look like they're attacking inside those A and B gaps.
That's right. Jacob Villarreal was also in on that one.
Nice zone read.
Great breakthrough run there, and that should be enough for a first down. And again, that is Justin Donahue. Or no, I beg your pardon, that is Jaden Flores.
Jaden Flores. From the legendary Santa Clara Lions program that's been around since forever, since I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Historical program. They've been around for days, and they've been known for running backs that come from that program. And it looks like we've just seen another one here.
So it probably was there when they set up Mission Santa Clara back in the 1700s.
Exactly.
All right, 1st and 10 for the West at their own 47, call it. Handoff again up the gut, and maybe a yard on that before he's wrapped up. And was that Uni Kingston Iosa?
No, I think that was number. Let's take a look.
Who was the tailback on that?
That was Flores, number 21.
Yes, it was. And he just did not have any room to run. But no gain, no loss either. So it's 2nd and 10 now. Four wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 setback. And the handoff, and he again is going to be stopped for no gain, and that was Jaden Flores. And
the tackle is number 54, Santino de Santiago, with the big stop. That front four is a problem right now.
Yeah, they cannot get anything done on those against that front right now, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. They did lose a yard on that one.
And then, you have to understand, they have a nose there that Ewayne Pui Unaga, who's just from the Bayside Broncos, 5'9", 330, sitting there dead center at nose. This guy's he's an A-gapper. He's gonna hold that. He's holding that front up.
That is a great big football player right there.
Yeah, he's a two-man show.
Now Bandel now being flushed from the pocket, and he's going to have to run for it, and he'll pick up, call it 5, but well short of the first down. That was good penetration there by that linebacking core there by the East.
Yeah, that was that front again. There you see, once I was just speaking about him right now. Look at 99 taking on the double team, forcing him outside the pocket. And that's the pressure that you can get when you have a big front like that going up in between the tackles that are killing the A and B gaps. It's real hard for a quarterback to really stay comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah, and he rolled to the left and took off, and he actually did kind of turn nothing into something there, but it is still 4th and 3.
4th and 3. I think they're going to go for it here.
I know I would if I was in that situation. So let's see what they can do. 3 wide receivers, again, 1 lone tailback. And again, a handoff, and I see a flag on the play. He does get the first down, but this might be walked back.
It's going back. Yep, I think we had another false start.
You can't blame him, wanting to get things started. I mean, again, this is a big-time game for them in a big-time setting, and I can imagine that they just wanted, before this game, to get out and bust out of the locker room and get on this field and get it started with.
Yeah, these guys have been ready to go since December after the Combine, and they got drafted to their team, so you figure you've been waiting since December and finally for this game to happen. So these guys are, they got a lot of extra energy to let out right now. I think the game's going to settle in after this first quarter, and we'll see what happens from there.
Well, now you got a 4th and 8, Coach, and if I had been the 4th and 3, I would have gone for it, but now I'm not so sure that I'd take that. I might just kick it away.
Yeah, but it looks like Coach Marquez is going to go ahead and go for it here. It looks like he has confidence in his offense.
Bandel's on the field.
We'll see what's going to happen. He's looking.
Now flushed again. He's going to run right, and I think he just threw that away.
Yeah, he had to.
And so I think that the East is going to take over on downs.
Yeah, they're going to take over at the 50.
So not bad field position and a great effort by that defense.
Yeah, it looks like what we're going to see. It's just like right now we're at a stalemate, 0-0 in the first quarter. I think that we're going to see, like I said, a lot of coaching up. You see a lot of coaching up on the sideline. That's the beauty of the game. The offense is going to come out, get coached up by their OC. And then now the defense probably got coached up on the sideline for the West. And the offense for the East got coached up, talking to their offensive coordinator, and they're ready to rock and roll. So I think we're going to see something happen here.
If this was a boxing match, I'd still call it a tie.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't have anyone who's, bobbled the snap here, swing pass, and that wasn't going anywhere. And I think that Munacci did the only thing he could do. on that, which was to get a swing pass and hope that would pick up a couple of yards after that bobbled snap.
And I think that was a loss there because they're going to call that was going to be considered a lateral in the backfield. So that's going to, and it went out of bounds. So they're going to call that. So that dropped them. That took them back 5, actually 6.
Well, more than that, yeah. So it is now on their own 44-yard line. I think they may have started on the 49.
So we're looking at 1st and 16.
I guess.
No, 2nd and 17. Excuse me.
All right. And that center for the East also going to have to learn. There's one man in motion. Has the ball, being blitzed. Now he's going to take off, and he might be able to get some positive yardage. He's into Western territory. And
tackled by Chase again, 44. The kid's all over the place.
And he did make up all of the yardage that was lost. So they're now back at the original line of scrimmage. Of course, it's still 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think he might have got a couple extra there, Mike. Looks like we're looking at 3rd and 8.
I think you're right, yeah. So still a long 3rd, but certainly better than it was. That's pickup of about 9 altogether.
That's the feat of Mr. Elias. I have to say Mr. Elias now. He seems like he's making something out of nothing every play.
From the Gilroy Browns, and one of, I think, just 3 that are on. So you have Soriano and Valdez and then Elias.
Yes. So it looks like we're back in that. We have twins. 2-back set.
And that's the end of the first quarter. So there may be no score, but Marcus, there's certainly no lack of excitement here.
No, not at all. And this is like I said, this is the beauty of this game, and this is the fun fact that I could tell you right now that this game actually is 2 new sets of coaches because normally the winners of last year's game coaching staff come back, and so in history the East has won so far. That coaching staff has won every One Vision game.
The East has won every single game.
Well, the West, I say the coaching staff have. The West actually won, but so that coaching staff moved over to the East and coached the East, and they've been winning ever since. They were coached by head coach Jamar Julian, who, he just, all the coaches on that coaching staff, they grew a bond and they grew an attitude. So now even the alumni that come, they tell the new kids that get recruited that play, say, hey, don't be the first to lose this game. So you got a brotherhood of, the older guys who've been played and were playing high school and college now, and they tell those kids, and then the West guys tell them, hey, man, you guys go ahead and break the cycle and win us one, So it's a beautiful thing, man, to see that happen. But this is a whole new coaching staff, so a whole new legacy about to start this year.
So there's not just, the ability to show off what you can do. There's also a certain amount of pride that goes along and an identification with your section then.
Yes, very much so. And that's, like I said, that's the beauty of it.
Lined up on the left hash. And he has the ball, and he's going to keep it. And he has a little bit of a block. He's going to be pulled out at about the 40. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down.
I think it's going to be 4th and short. They're definitely going for it here. Don't be surprised if we see number 44 get the ball on this one.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit. But it also wouldn't surprise me, Marcus, if Minacci kept this one himself, because that seems to be working pretty well for him.
I told you, I said it before the beginning of the game, that this guy, his legs are going to be just as dangerous as his arm. But he showed them both off. He displayed them both today.
2 tight ends on the right side.
Oh,
and as I told you, he did keep it. And he's going to break through, and he may be gone. He's to the 20. He's getting brought down at about the 15-yard line. And his legs are doing some huge damage to the West defense right now.
Yeah, he's been a one-man wrecking crew on offense today. So far, he's thrown for 40, and he's ran for at least 60. And the kid is just getting positive yards every chance he's get. It seems like he came to play today. I'm not sure what they're doing right now on the West defense, but they need to figure out something to slow this guy down.
Well, they're going to have to get in some sort of twists or stunts to get at him. Because the East defense seemed like they were using the same kind of. And of course, they have just powerful defenders anyway.
Yeah. Their front, but they have the speed. To me, they have the speed, and they're in the right formation. It's just, I think the guys, they have to settle them down, make sure that they're spying on that outside, to slow them down, keep them in the pocket.
Yeah, that's why they had that 2 tight end setup. Those are both blocking tight ends.
Here we go.
Straight up and going for it and almost picked off. And, oh my goodness, that's Bynum Nathaniel who's having to walk off something, a cramp or something going on there.
So that was another pass to number 1, the car. Yeah, I think that was Tyrone. I think we have Tyrone Jones, just Tyrone Jones the second. We had the third that was playing corner there on that. Looks like he came up a little gimpy off of that coverage.
Was it Jones or was it Nathaniel? I thought it was 3.
I think we're looking at number 2. Number 2.
Okay, it was 2.
It's number 2.
Okay. Nope,
Number 2. Number 3 is at the free safety. Number 2 is at the corner.
So 3 was on the field.
Yes.
Okay, and here he's scrambling again, and he's going to be brought short of the first down, but picked up, I think, 5 or 6 on that one. Along the right side. And again, he may have had some help from those tight ends. This is a great offensive scheme that they have right now. Although I'm not sure I would have. I don't think Elias was taking as good care of the ball as I would have. I mean, I would have tucked that away before I took off.
I mean, yeah, you're seeing. I mean, the thing is that unfortunately, we're not coaching the game, and that right now it looks like I think the defensive coaches have to dial it back down with the West defense. See what mistakes what they're making, and things that they can do about that right now.
Yeah, and you and I have a perspective that they don't necessarily have down in the heat of battle.
Right, exactly.
So, have a little bit of a conference going on here.
Yeah, I think it's probably more so on correction, probably some details of the rules, since it is an all-star game. So there's some rules and probably some explanations some of the coaches are asking. So it looks like we have one Vision official talking to the coaches.
Well, let's step aside while they sort. No, I think we'll actually keep it here because now they look like they're getting ready to set up. And these officials, I mean, there's lots of nuances that go along with all-star games like the one we're watching. So, but we're back into it. We got 10:21 to go in the first half. And East is knocking on the door. It's 1st and 10, or excuse me, it's 3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if they might look at going at number 2, Tyrone Jones, who came up a little bit on that knee, a little gimpy, so they might attack him on this.
We shall see. He's playing corner on the near side to us. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Well, they're doing some substitutions here. Kaysen Paunetto coming in.
Yeah, he's been a threat today, so we might see him go in motion here. If he does, I'd keep an eye on him.
He has the ball. Oh. And again, flush from the pocket, and does manage to get it. No, that was going to be incomplete. Or was it picked off?
It was passed incomplete, it looks like.
Okay. And that's a 4th down. But this close, you got to think that the East is going to try to punch this in. And that one he just dropped it.
Yeah, bobbled out of his hands. It looks like we used to call that alligator arms. You've heard footsteps, and then next thing you know, the hands go back because he might take a shot. So it looked like he heard footsteps there.
Well, alligator arms or dinosaur arms.
Yep, either one.
Well, 4th and 5.
They're going 3 wide over here on our side, on the field side of the ball. Looks like they're going to probably attack them there. They've been pretty dangerous with those 3 receivers there on that side.
Mm-hmm. And they are going to send 4, and that one just over the hands of the defender there. And that time it was, in fact, Nathaniel who was defending that pass. And the West will take over on downs deep in their own territory.
Yes.
One thing, Marcus, I wanted to ask you about. I've seen a lot of secondary work in the defense, but I haven't seen a whole lot of blitzing. Is that something that is just endemic to this level of football, or is it more a matter of taste for the defensive coaches?
Oh no, that's actually a rule in the game. You only can really blitz on third and fourth down. First 2 downs, you're not blitzing.
Is that so?
Yeah,
Okay.
you only can blitz 5 because it's only fair. Like I said, it's an all-star game. If we come blitzing with 50, you're bringing 6 to the hole, 6 in the box. Kids only get 6 weeks to really learn how to block and pick things up. So it's a little different. And like I said, we're here to watch the kids perform, and so they can showcase their skills. And if your front line is dominant and you come with a good scheme with your front line, and and they're exposing the offensive line, the pressure's going to come because it looks like as we've seen. The East front four has been doing damage the whole game. They haven't let anything go up the middle at all, and they're putting the right pressure. So it works out. But on third and fourth down, you can go ahead and blitz the quarterback, and you can send 5 from anywhere.
Well, in that last play, they did pick up a couple of yards, but not much against that front four. And now the pass is complete, and he's going to get gang tackled. He stopped at about the 12-yard line. That was sent out to Justin Donahue, number 22.
Right, and it looks like, again, you saw Walter Servine, the 4th on the play, and number 8, Jeremiah Eravalis, who was also on that play. Mm-hmm. It was a swarm there. And you see number 10 right there. You see him on the hip. He just lowered down, that's perfect hit play from a linebacker. He lowers down, aims for the hip, hits, wraps, drives him down. That's the type of stuff you want to see. Technically sound tackle there and a good read from that young linebacker.
And that's going to bring up a third, and scoreboard says 8. So let's see what they can do. They do need to break out here. Has the ball now, throwing over to the left side, and that one is going to cause a flag. It was an incomplete pass, but I think we might have a DPI on that one.
Pass is incomplete. Flag on the play.
Now, the east side doesn't think they did it. Oh, and now there's a little bit of an argument going on there about who did the interfering. Heck of a pass, but it was very well defended no matter what the call is.
Yeah, that was good. I think that was pretty good defense. I think they're going to pass interference.
It looks like it's going to be OPI.
Yeah, another offensive pass interference.
Offensive pass interference.
And you just don't see that very often, but as we've said, there's very good reasons for it at this level.
Yeah, it looks like it was a push-off early. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they declined it, so they're going to go ahead and take the 4th down.
Yeah, and I would think you got to kick it away at this point.
Yeah, they're pinned in pretty deep. I would go ahead and punt that because, I don't think it would be. Because if they don't get the 1st down here, they're going to give them the ball right there at the 10.
Well, yeah, and in as much as you can't really, rush the kicker, as you said, I don't want to say he's got a free kick, but he's certainly got, a chance without a whole lot of action going on. We got a timeout on the field. We'll step aside while they sort things out. It's 0-0. Don't go away.
Como una de las primeras agencias sin ánimo de lucro en el área de la Bahía, Mission Hospice y Home Care ha sido un líder en servicio a nuestra comunidad por más de 40 años. Nosotros proporcionamos cuidado personalizado para personas con enfermedades serias, para ayudarles a maximizar su calidad de vida y aprovechar al máximo su tiempo con sus seres queridos. Nosotros alineamos nuestros cuidados con los valores y metas del paciente y coordinamos el cuidado con el médico de atención primaria. Podemos apoyar a manejar el dolor y los síntomas y ofrecer apoyo emocional, práctico y espiritual para toda la familia. Nuestro cuidado está cubierto por Medicare y la mayoría de los demás seguros. Tenemos la suerte de que las donaciones de nuestra comunidad nos ayudan a servir a las personas independientemente de su cobertura médica o capacidad de pago. También ofrecemos apoyo de duelo y programación educativa sin cargo a nuestra comunidad local. Para saber cómo podemos apoyarlo a usted o a un ser querido, contáctenos para programar una llamada telefónica informativa o una visita en casa de una de nuestras enfermeras. Muchas gracias.
Okay.
Well, after that timeout called by the East, they have one timeout left in the half. West has all 3 of theirs.
Play a little bit, man. They calling some nonsense up here. All right, man.
And now they are going to kick it away.
And let's see, who do we have back there? Looks like we have Gage Jones.
And that one gets away with a dandy. And that is actually not, I take that back, that is going to take a sort of an east bounce. And so they're going to pick it up at the west 40-yard line. And I think the disadvantage that the kicker had there, he was just too far in his territory to do much better than that.
Yeah. I mean, that's about as deep as he was going to get, but at least they're not over there by the 10. All they have to do, but we never know. Because, I mean, one thing I can say is that a lot of these passes, though, that I've been seeing, and actually when he has thrown the ball, he's been throwing it in almost interception territory.
Yeah, there have been some passes that I think some coaches, and of course it's always 90-90 hindsight, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But things that you would think, okay, I wish I had that one back. But he hasn't gotten picked yet.
Yep.
So we'll see how the rest of the game plays out.
But like I said before, the strength is in the secondary here. Here he goes.
And there's some missed assignments, so there he goes. And he's going to have to take off, and he'll pick up 4 or 5. And he's dragged down, still trying to get away from it, but spinning only gets you so far. So Mr. Elias, as we say, picked up about 4 there, maybe 3. Now, what just happened there, Marcus? I mean, you said that there was no extra blitz, so I think he just got around the tackles there.
Yeah, he got around. Again, it's the same. He's been running the same play pretty much. He's looking for somebody to be open. Like I said, the West secondary is pretty strong, so he doesn't really see anybody open. If the West front 7 can just tighten up a little bit and just hold their water, they will be able to. It'll be a problem for him if they can hold him in the pocket and stop giving him the edge. Because right now the secondary is doing their job in coverage because he's having a hard time finding the open guy. Mm-hmm. And looks like we got Riley McIlvain on the sweep.
And he will get down to about the 33-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short.
And it was Chase on the tackle, number 44. Looks like he's getting up a little wobbly.
So handed off to the man in motion, and that was to Riley McIlvain. You're right. So now we're coming up on 3rd and short. Ball's marked at the 33-yard line. And if I were the West secondary, I'd get ready for some action.
And here he comes.
He rolls to the right now,
Screen
throws
pass
across his body.
And there's
that
Chase again with another tackle.
And it got picked up perfectly. And I thought that the West might bite on that sort of imbalanced formation that they had, but they weren't fooled at all. You can see he rolls and then he throws across his body. And I think they might have gotten a piece of that one. So that might have been the reason that it didn't get all that far. It was caught by Luke Hanna, number 42, but he got waffled.
Yeah, Chase is all over the field tonight. And Peyton Chase has I've been calling 44 like the last 3 plays. And he's been pass coverage. And we just heard the announcer again. There his name goes again.
But he's in the running for player of the game right now, I think.
Yeah, man. Defensively, man, he's for the West right now. He has been the guy. And here we go.
Yep, good penetration there, and he is going to get that first down and more, and he is off to the races. Touchdown, East Side.
And that looks like that might be the guy right there for the East. The guy's been making plays all day.
That is Menachi Elias, number 2. And right now, I'd say he is doing it all for this East team. So you look and you can see that he's got blockers ahead of him. Okay, then you think he's been stopped, and they just didn't finish. The West defense just did not seal the deal on that one. That was Jeremiah Corey, who I think figured that the play was over. And Elias said, nope, I've got more to do here, and off he went, and he took it home. That is Elijah Xavier Soriano, who's going to be coming in for the extra point. And that one goes through. So we've got 5:16 left to go in this first half.
Yes.
And we've got our first points on the board. So it's East 7, West 0. We'll step away while we set up for the kickoff, and we'll be right back for the conclusion of this first half.
I'm the Reverend Nancy Palmer Jones with PACT, People Acting in Community Together. Led by the most marginalized and impacted folks, along with allies, we come together to win victories in racial and economic justice and to create a Santa Clara County where everyone belongs and thrives. We are people of all faiths, ages, races, and more, hungering to put our deepest, most spirit-led values into the public arena. Together, we tackle the toughest issues like housing. Together, we build power to create lasting changes in the systems that hurt us and our families. And we need you. So come meet PACT's community builders at our luncheon on Friday, November 4th, and join this loving movement for justice and for joy. Tickets are available at pactsj.org.
Well, we're back at Valley Christian High School after the first points of the board being scored by the East. And Marcus, you and I were saying during the break, okay, that Menachie right now is the star of the show on both sides of the ball.
Oh yeah, he's just been, he's been trying at the quarterback position. This man's been going all over the place. He's using his feet, he's using his arm, he's making decisions, and he's executing. Every time he's done something with the ball, it's been positive. Even when he's making a mistake, he's moving. He makes a decision, quick decision, and goes. And that's what you want from your quarterback, who's decisive and takes it on his shoulders and makes the play.
Now, as far as we know, will he be at Gilroy High School next year?
I'm not sure. See, this is the beauty of the game. You never know. Things happen. You have parents may move, or they might look at maybe a private school, or you might find another place where he might want to go. But I mean, right now, Christopher and Gilroy would have a good one coming into one of their percentages. I think there's 2 schools now in Gilroy there. So it's Christopher High School and Gilroy. Mm-hmm. So there you go. And then again, I'm not sure what's the closest private schools there, but he has an option. This kid is definitely, wherever he goes, he's going to be a player.
Yeah, so all things being equal, he might be at Gilroy, but we don't know.
Yeah, that's just how it goes, because like I said, it's the beauty of this game is always that these kids are showcasing their skills to give them an opportunity to be effective once they get to high school. Or they made a name for themselves. Coaches know what to do with them. They get to see their skill set. And as a coach, you can show all the workout films on Instagram and Facebook, but when you see live play on film, that's what really is going to make you see what a player can actually do. So this is where it counts.
And I imagine that a lot of this stuff will be uploaded to maxpreps.com.
Yeah, they'll be maxpreps, and then especially on Huddle, the kids will put those up there, and they'll have their highlights there.
Now, one question for you, I don't know if this is distinctive to this league or this particular game. You have a holder for the kickoff, and in most games they use a kicking tee. Is that because of the wind, or is that?
Yeah, I think it's more so because of the wind, because the ball probably keeps falling over on the tee, so they'll put a holder there, make sure that it goes the right way.
Yeah, because what we've lost in rain, we've made up for with wind in terms of winter weather tonight. Because let's face it, it's early February in California, which Certainly not as severe weather as we have in other parts of the country, but it's still plenty cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold, but I'll take this over the rain, especially to give these kids the opportunity to really showcase their skills. Because if it was raining, it would definitely be a run game today.
Well, not only that, I mean, whatever skills, they might be offset by just the slickness of the field.
That's very true.
Well, here we are to kick it away. Let's see what the West can do. Now they're playing down. Line drive kick. And it's brought up to, he'll be stopped at about the 37, maybe the 38. Great second effort there to get a couple more yards.
And it looks like we have some more laundry on the field. So it looks like we have a holding call.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out where these holding calls coming from.
Yeah, I did not see the hold, but there was a lot going on.
Well, I'm looking at from the referee from the side in which he threw the flag, and so I'm looking at that angle from where he's throwing the flag at, and I don't see that call there. So maybe from the field view it might be a little different, but
yeah, definitely. But in any case, it is a hold on the receiving team, and so the West is going to take it not at the 38, but at more like the 23.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what they do here.
Pitch.
Oh, to the outside.
To the outside, and he's going to get wrapped up very quickly there after a pickup of 4 or 5. And on the defense there, I think that may have been number 8.
Yeah, Jeremiah Arevalo's playing that corner spot. He's been effective there. He's been coming down, stopping the run on the outside. He's been having some pretty good coverage there. Looks like he's been pretty aggressive. They might want to try the other side and leave that side alone.
Wow, he's fast, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he was one of our top 40 guys. You know, we have a combine, before. This is how the coaches get to pick their teams. And he was one of those guys who ran in the lower 5s in the 40 time. So I can see how he plays corner, so guys have some wheels.
Yeah, well, Santa Clara and Wilcox, you probably want to keep him on your track team if you can.
Pretty much, and looks like they're running another run to the short side.
Another pitch, and this one wasn't quite as successful. We started out 2nd and 5, and I don't know if he picked up anything on that one. Again, good coverage by the East.
Yeah, and looks like it was a host of linebackers there from the East. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Walter again. Number 10 took on the block, followed through, but it was cleaned up by number 50, I believe.
And that was Roman Valdez, I think, that was also in on the stop. So
yes,
no gain on that one, so 3rd and 5. And the wide side of the field might be his target this time, and it is. And in and out of his hands.
And once again, I think you heard footsteps there again, Mike.
Oh, no doubt he did. I mean, Donahue had that one in his hands. Now, he might have gotten his clock cleaned, once he grabbed it, but nerves again. And he went out on sort of an arc route there, had it, and I think he would probably like to have that one back.
Well, Troy Fanal was coming with bad intentions, Mike. I saw him coming downhill. It looked like it was going to be a problem if he would have touched it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both would have probably got out of our seat on that one. That would have been a big one.
Well, I think he might have had a, trip to Bye-Byeville if he'd gotten hit.
Well, Ronnie Lott used to say the woo hit.
Ric Flair, woo!
Yeah, there it is. And looks like we got a punt going.
All right. And that one's going to be rolling off a little bit to the far side, and that'll kind of fall dead at about the 48-yard line. And the East has the ball again, and they're going to try to build on that lead.
Yeah, the West needs to do is their defense has to hold tight here. If this is where they need to settle down. Hopefully the coaches on the West team defense got them together. Hopefully coached them up, saw some things on that last drive, corrected the mistakes. So it looks like the West just has to come out and play their game.
Yeah, and I think setting the edge is going to be important for them, because on the scoring series, you had blocking tight ends lined up on the right side, and they made huge holes for Elias and for the running backs that they used.
Oh, they run.
And they keep it on the ground
Quick
again.
counter. That's that number 44.
And he has the first down and more, and I think he's going to be driven out of bounds at about the 35-yard line after about a 19-yard gain.
Yep, that was Capono. And watch how powerful he runs once he gets into the secondary. Stiff arm, breaks the tackle, lowers the boom. Strong runner.
Well, not only a strong runner, Marcus, I mean, but you look at his numbers, 5'8", 206 pounds. So that is a hard.
That's a lot of training.
That is a lot of bull to bring down
Yes,
if
sir.
you are an 8th grade student, no matter who you are.
Yes, sir, but that's what you're going to see when you get to the next level, right?
Mm-hmm. So 1st and 10 from the 36. 3 wide receivers, 1 setback. Elias out of the gun, has the ball, hands it off again, and that one's going to be a pickup of about 5.
Yep, Capono. I think they're going to get a load of him for trying to run this clock down.
And Capono, yeah, once again. And that will be a 2nd and 5. And then you talked about the West. I'm wondering if they might be overcompensating because now he's able to get through the A and the B gaps like nothing's there.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is what I'm saying about the line playing the defensive scheme. I'm not sure what the scheme was for the West. I'm seeing like they're playing pretty wide on the down lineman, so they're pretty much giving him that open gap. And here we go.
And here he goes, and there's Elias. And he's to the 20, and he's going to get unceremoniously thrown to the turf there by Bynum Nathaniel, number 3.
Yep. We used to call that a frustration tackle coming from safety. He ran all the way across field, grabbed him, and had to just let him know that I'm here and I'm tired of you running on me.
Well, he was also kind of gesturing to one of the flankers saying, hey, move up or get out of the way. So he wasn't satisfied with the formation either.
So here we go.
1:45 to go in the half, and East Side knocking on the door. At the 20-yard line. It has the ball. Now swing pass again, and that is to LaSavion Carr.
And we have a host.
He put in a heck of an effort there.
Yep. There was a host of West defenders there. So they played that screen pretty good. That was a good play by them. This is the type of plays that they need when they do try to throw the football. Now what they have to do is make sure that the linemen and linebackers have to be able to stop the gap play on this zone run that they're running here at the single back set. You see 44 back there. It's time to tighten up a little bit.
Now, was that actually a screen pass? Because I didn't really see that the block was faked by the offensive line.
Yeah, it was just a quick screen right there. If you saw Carr, he just took this quick step back, waited for the ball, catch it, and go. That's more so when you throw those type of passes to your athlete. If you see, watch the corner, how far they're playing off.
Yes, I see now. And somebody jumped.
There we have a false start.
But you can understand why somebody might think that was a swing pass, because that was almost 90 degrees to the left.
Yeah.
And of course, if you keep an eye on the receiver, you don't necessarily see what the O-line is doing.
True. But they pulled, I think a couple of guards pulled on that, but it was a quick hitch. Mm-hmm. So here we go with we're at 2nd and 15. So it looks like it must have been a holding call or a false start.
We're 2nd and 16 now, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was a false start.
Mm-hmm. And it's been a little while. I mean, the East has really settled down in terms of their discipline because they got 3 or 4 penalties called in the first quarter in succession.
Yes.
And this is the first time they've had some laundry thrown in their direction in a little while.
Looks like
now Elias, and he's in a lot of trouble, and that one is going to get picked up.
And that's what we talked about right there. They put the pressure. He threw the ball in the coverage. That's the one that got him. Mm-hmm. That's the one that got him.
Very well defended there. And Elias just should not. That's throwing the ball where he shouldn't have thrown it.
No, so if I was the West right here, I'd go ahead and run the ball, get it out close to the end zone, let the time go out, and go ahead and reconvene in halftime, get your guys ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they do have 3 timeouts.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I mean, that's a long way to go in 44 seconds on a night like tonight.
On a night like tonight, and the thing is your offensive line has been a little shaky when it's time for you guys to pass the ball. Their front has been very aggressive. So let's try to do some couple safe plays here. Let's run that 44 seconds out and get to halftime so we can go ahead and get the ball at halftime.
And get a fresh start.
Yes, you're only down by a touchdown.
Has the ball, and
yep.
Wow, some good blocking in the secondary, but that was...
Then we have a dance there by the big boy there.
That's your nose tackle right there.
Kuyunga, yep, that's one of my favorite players right there. He's been giving us a show as well as playing some good ball at that tackle, at that nose spot. He's been double teamed all day and he's still getting the penetration. And looks like he's called another timeout.
I'm not going to tell you what he weighs. I'm just going to tell you that he is a big boy.
Oh yeah, the way he just showed he's okay with what his weight is, because like I said, I like when the big guys are confident and they know who they are and they're not scared to show it.
Absolutely.
I like it. The best linemen are the ones that are proud of it.
Got that absolutely right. Well, the PA announcer is talking about some of the local businesses that have helped get this game going tonight. And we're certainly grateful for the work that they do, because this wouldn't be the event that it is without the vendors. And so anybody who's watching tonight, we would certainly encourage you to give them your patronage, because they are doing good for the community.
Yep, and I also want to give you guys a great, creatv has been with us since we started, and I really appreciate what they've been doing for us. This has been a great thing. So I also want to give creatv a shout out as well. That's just coming from the One Vision staff.
Absolutely. And now he's going to throw it out, and that one was
almost picked off. See,
very close.
That was dangerous. That was dangerous. That was dangerous. So this is what I mean. You have 25 seconds left. That type of play could have cost you.
Well, that was all. We were almost in a 13-0 game.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was, I'm wondering if that might have slipped off his fingers a little bit, because that was a low pass.
I'm not sure, but those are the type of plays that I mean that can change the momentum of the game. You're going into halftime, so this is where you want to call a smart run play. A smart run play, get out of that end zone, and work it from there.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to hand the ball back to the east, and there's still a little bit of time. They don't have any timeouts, but going for broken long out of the reach of number 12. That was Jaden Harris, who's the wide receiver there.
And now they got to punt the ball out of the end zone. No pressure. The snap just has to be on point.
Well, then it becomes a question, okay, if you are the East team when you get it, because you're going to get pretty good field position at that point, do you want to just try to kill the clock and go into the locker room?
With the receivers that they have one of the fastest guys in the game in Riley McElvain, who I think was our number one guy in the 40. He ran under a 5. He ran about, I think, a 4.8, 4.7. The kid can fly. So if I have him out there, and you also have Mr. Carr out there, number 1, he's standing a good 5'10", 5'11". He can run as well, and he can post up. I'd go ahead and take a couple shots.
Good kick, and that one over the head of the receivers, and it's picked up at about the 43-yard line. And he's just, he manages to break a tackle, and he's still on his feet. He gets away again, and then he's going to be brought down at about midfield.
Well, we have some laundry on the field again.
And that was Troy Finau, I think, number 11, who was in on the run back there.
Actually, I think it was number 4, Akai Beavers. Akai Beavers was on that punt return. Let's take a look.
He does get the punt away, and it's a good kick.
It's a great punt. Wobbles a little bit. Yep, number 4.
Nope, it was 4. I almost saw that. Yep, you're right. It was Akai Beavers.
Way to go. That was a nice punt, but once again, the mental errors. I had a block in the back. took them back. So now this puts now this is a less of a threat.
Well, yeah, at this point, we only got 2 seconds on the scoreboard clock, so I'd just take a knee and be done with it.
Yeah, but if I'm looking at Coach Omoko's energy right now, they're the head coach. It looks like he's calling them for them to go ahead and go for it.
Interesting.
Look, if you look at their sideline, they're coaching them up. They're putting something together there, Mike.
Yeah, and the West is saying, well, you can see that they've got their defenders all over the place, so they're probably expecting some sort of long pass.
Yep, they're in the prevent. This defense always scares me.
Well, so this will be the last play of the first half. And we've learned a lot about football, and we've learned a lot about these young men as athletes in the past 24 minutes.
And there you go to Carr.
And he's still on his feet. And he's brought down. So great pass, great run, and that's how this first half will end.
And he was tackled by Rylan Bermilo, number 11. That was a good tackle there in open field. So it looks like we have going into halftime.
Yes, we do. Let's see that one more time. Okay, great pass. Okay, well received, and he just realized he needs to extend the play and gets away from a couple of people who were converging on him and then brought down inside the 45-yard line. So good way to end, but we've still got a 7-0 score. So
it's anybody's ball game.
It is halftime, and we will see you when we come back for the third quarter. 7-0 East.
The transition to adulthood for people with disabilities can be hard. Parents Helping Parents can make it a little easier. Connections California Transition to Adulthood is our newest program. We are here to help. You'll find important information in Connections California to help create the smoothest transition possible to adulthood alongside your loved one. Learn more at php.com.
Well, both teams are back on the field here, back at Valley Christian High School. And Marcus Tribble, I know that you have been in this situation a few times because you've been on both sides of a contest like this. But what does the West have to do to get back into this game? Not that they've been completely washed out, of course, but what do they have to do to be more successful?
Well, I mean, it really is the main thing is, I believe, is defensively is just make the adjustment to keep Manachi in the pocket, force him to throw. You see when they force him to throw, he makes some mistakes throwing the ball. I mean, with his feet, he's more confident, and that's where he's really been hurting him. The touchdown they had was based off of him running the football, and then the defensive ends being out of position, letting him take that outside. So, I mean, if I was for the West defensive coordinator, I definitely would look at keeping him in the pocket, forcing him to make plays with his arm, and then see what they can do. And with the rain coming down, you're going to probably see a lot more of the running game from the East just because they have the lead. So I'd also would look into that. Make sure my linebackers stayed in their gaps and my D linemen and defensive ends stayed at home, and make sure that they just penetrate and cover those gaps to slow that run down.
Now, if I were the East coaching staff, if went back in the locker room, I would have told my guys, look, there's one more half left. We can't pull out our tent. We can't stop now. We got to go back and continue to make things happen. Is that a sentiment that you'd agree with?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's all gas, no brakes at this point. If you start you put your foot on, you put the foot on the pedal and keep going, and you keep scoring and keep doing what you're doing until they can stop it. I mean, that's always been the motto. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So if they do change that, then you have a ball game. But they don't slow this down. What's going on? And you see that the East came out with a little more confidence, even with the rain coming down. They came out ready to go.
Well, and the fact that it's just a one-score game means that they have to be absolutely on their toes. I mean,
Yes.
There's really no room for error if they want to carry a win off on this.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know if the All-Star game, if the policy for this one is what the policy is on ties. But, the point is that it's still a close contest, even with the lack of points that the West has scored.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to probably have to, this will be the first time we would have to go into an overtime, for sure.
All right, well, that one gets by Bynum Nathaniel. Now he does come up with it, and he tries to escape, and he's going to be hauled down at about the 12-yard line. And this game, Marcus, may start getting really messy because the rain is coming down, and it's coming down pretty solid right now.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a defensive game right now. This is going to be in the defense's favor. This is where you can force the offense to make a lot of mistakes with the wet ball. It narrows down the offensive coordinator's playbook. So short passes if they do pass, and then a lot of the run. So it's going to be a different ball game, I think, going into this half with the rain now as a factor.
Well, and this is also, if I'm not mistaken, this is artificial turf.
Yes.
We're on. This is not grass, and so that is going to make the shifting and cutting and changing motions. It's going to make it that much more dynamic.
Yeah.
So under center and hands the ball just like you predicted. And for a pickup of 4 or 5 there before he's brought down.
Yep.
And I think that may have been.
That was Justin Donahue on the carry.
Correct. Yes. And we saw a lot of him in the first half.
Yes.
So he did take it. And I think also, Marcus, I think you'd probably agree that exchanges between the quarterback and the running back with a wet ball, that's going to make it that much more challenging.
For sure.
Again, and this time he's got some room. And he's dragged down as he crosses the 20-yard line. And that may be enough for a first down, or did we get a flag?
I don't know, but it was, once again, that was number 10, Walter Servine IV, with another tackle. This kid has been all over the place today on defense for the East.
But that was Justin Donahue, and, he was showing that his legs, and I think they are going to be just a little bit short, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 now. But so far he's just going to the ground game, and that's probably smart given the weather.
But now they're at 3rd and 3. They've been averaging about 4 yards a pop.
Now the East may be showing blitz here.
Yep.
And they are.
And there he goes again.
And he's not going to, I think he may have lost one at that point. So great coverage there by the East defense.
And if we go to an instant replay here, watch number 10 from the defense. Watch him come from our side here, just fly in there and lead it. Forces him to slow him down, and then everybody else comes to clean up. This kid has been playing next level linebacker today from Walter Servine IV.
So he came back. Was he playing the Mike linebacker there? Or?
He's playing the outside linebacker, which is normally, can be considered your weak side backer.
So the will?
Yeah, he's playing more sort of the will backer, and then when they go into coverage, he seems like he's, playing in that hash mark, that level 2 area, and he's just been a beast all over the place today.
So the West is going to kick it away, and that's got to be disappointing for their first series.
Yep.
Good kick, though.
Another good punt, but let's see if they can cover it. He has to pick it up. He does
pick it up and takes a little bit of a stutter step, and then he takes a hit as he's out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, and that's where the East is going to take over. And the East, Minachi Elias and Kapono Kianaina as we said, had a great first half.
Yeah, they were the show. And then, like I said, there were still some good catches from the receivers there. Because, I mean, you had a good catch from Carson Panetto, and then we also had another good catch, Savion Carr, and then Riley McElvain with some good plays there. So they have, right now, like I said, as far as balance-wise, the East has shown a lot of balance on their offense also. But like I said, I just think it's just the adjustments that I got to see from that West defense.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be throwing a whole lot of passes unless it's 3rd and long at this point.
And here we go with 44, and there we have a host.
And Capono was met and greeted and thrown for a loss, and it's a very decisive response there. I think not loss of only 1, but it seemed like a lot more than that.
Yeah, you had Royce Mendaca on the tackle there from the Morgan Hill Raiders. He number 97, he came from that defensive end spot and just closed it down. He stayed on the outside, used his hands.
Yep, and 2nd and 11. And there's a flag on the play. And that time, Elias is...
Oh, my goodness. Number 24 with the hit, the big hit by...
That was DJ Sanchez.
That's it. Okay, so he looks like the number 1 draft pick. He woke up today. He came from backside.
Yep, I think he may have run all the way around the defensive line. Now, what was that flag? I mean...
Let's see what we have. It looks like, I don't know, did it come from the same side? It's been like a lot of laundry over there from the far side of the field.
Yeah, I think that may be on the east.
Oh, false start.
And it was a false start.
So insult to injury. Not only did your running back take the big hit.
Yep.
And now they're going to take, are they going to take the down? Or are they going to take they're going to take them back.
So we're now looking at 2nd and 16. And you, Marcus, you were talking about defensive adjustments, and right now it looks like the West has done their homework.
Yeah, they done their homework, and they're filling in the gaps like we said, because it's run heavy right now, so you're going to see a lot of 44, and they're probably questioning. They're probably right now they're just questioning the arm of the quarterback because he threw an interception of his last pass, so they know that hey, we have a good chance of getting it if he throws the football.
Yeah, as I said, he went to the well too often and was picked at the opponent 2-yard line. Of course, that drive never went anywhere, but the fact is, and now we're coming back to what may be the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so I guess they took the down. They took the down. They declined it and took the down.
Yep, they did. Okay, so that will change things somewhat. So 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, man in motion, and hands the ball off. And again,
there goes number 33 on the tackle.
Met, and that is an amazing job. And that was Jordan Visperis from the Los Gatos Longhorns, meeting him there, shutting that down. No gain, and now you're looking at a 3rd and forever, or 4th
down now.
4th and forever. And that is going to be
4th and 12.
Yeah, there we go. 4th and 11.
Yeah.
And I don't quite see what they're going to do at this point. I mean, rule of thumb would be that you'd kick it away, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that.
No, they're going to go for it.
They are going for it, and they're being blitzed, and the ball is out.
And that's incomplete.
And they're going to rule that dead.
Yep.
So, but the West does get a stop, and so they're going to take over with pretty good field position.
Yep. I see a little momentum shift going here. Their defense needed that stop. They needed that stop, Mike.
Yes, they did, and they did it really decisively there.
Yep.
And to his credit, Munacci did not put the ball up except for that last 4th and long.
Exactly.
And he, had a good target, but it just didn't connect. So that's a learning curve for him as well, especially in these kinds of conditions. So now Bandel has the ball. Somebody jumped. And that was another false start. And I haven't been keeping track, Marcus, but I think that's got to be close to the 10th false start penalty we've had tonight.
Right, and like I said, in the All-Star game, again, these guys just started playing with each other for the last 5-6 weeks, especially with the line, getting the cadence down with your quarterback. But again, like I said, it's a learning curve. And these kids, they have to learn, and this is what this is for. But at the same time, with the penalties, the kids are still playing, at a high level, and they're still competing. I mean, we only have it's really a one touchdown game, and it's like that's not stopping them. Penalties haven't stopped them.
4 wide receiver, 2 on either side, 1 man in motion. They do hand the ball off.
That's Cervantes
That is Miles Cervantes, and he's not going to get much of anywhere.
And number 11 with the big hit.
That is Troy Finau from the Hayward Lancers on the hit, and so both defenses are stepping up now. And that's going to bring up, I think, a 3rd and 12, or maybe a 2nd and 12. So it's turning into a defensive struggle right now, and maybe with the rain, that's all it can be.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to risk it on offense and say, hey, we're gonna have to try something, and we're running the ball up the middle
and up the gut, and not much there.
And see, this is what I was trying to say about making adjustments at halftime. This is the strong point of the East defense. That front, their interior linemen, they shut down those A and B gaps. So every time you notice when the West tries to run up the middle, it's pretty much 1 yard and done. So I would try to go away from that as much as possible and go ahead and go what's been working.
Yeah, and maybe some sweeps or some screen passes may be just the ticket at this point.
Yeah, you have the speed.
And there hasn't seemed to be a whole lot of problems with the Western quarterback. Now he's on the run, and he is not going to, I think he was lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So great coverage there. And I think if it had been me, I would have dialed up a blitz on 3rd down, and I think that's what they did.
Yep, he had time, though. He had time. It looks like he was trying to look upfield. Receiver should have adjusted and tried to come back to him.
Now, Bandel there haven't been a whole lot of fireworks, but he's been managing the game pretty well, and I haven't seen any flaws with his passing so far.
No, it's like I said, it's just been, certain calls. It's calling at the certain times. It just seems like, if either the defense is on him or, there was a route that he just didn't see, but, he's been pretty poised throughout.
Yeah.
And
he did well just to recover that one, and that may have been the wet ball coming into play one more time. And so we have another takeaway on downs, and the East will get the ball back.
Yep. So once again, we're at a stalemate. We're going back and forth on the 50. We're going to see who's going to get past the 50-yard line and starting to threaten to the other team's territory.
Marcus, while we've got a little bit of a stoppage of play here, I wanted to ask you, the boys have only been together for, as you say, 5 or 6 weeks, and how often have they practiced during that time?
2 days a week. So you're looking at about 10 practices total for each team. And on top of that, again, at their skill level, so it's easy for them, but it's more so a lot of mental reps, learning a new skill set at your position, learning new techniques, learning how to prepare. So they're getting all that information within that time. So it's not just, practicing for a game. They're actually going through like a skill set camp.
So they're really drinking out of a fire hose.
Yeah, pretty much.
To get ready for this. Okay, and that is Elias, and he manages to get away from one and picked up about 5 yards. Nice run, and brought down just at the 46-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5, I think.
And I see something real smart that I just saw from the defense. If you look at DJ, number 24, they moved him to D tackle. As he just blew through that line there. He just missed the tackle on that. But he was in the backfield off of the off the hike of the ball. So that was a smart adjustment that they made for the West.
Good penetration. Now, did he go straight ahead or did they twist there?
No, he just went straight ahead. A good bull rush, had good hand placement on the guard, and just ran right through him to go get that. So that's a good adjustment made by the West defensively.
DJ Sanchez, number 24.
Number 24. He was the number 1 draft pick overall going to the West. And now it looks like he's activated.
Out of the gun. And another handoff, and that one not quite as successful. Maybe picked up a yard or 2.
They blew the whistle there.
I saw Royce Mendonca, number 97, was in on that stop, and he's maybe feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, I think we have
we got an injury.
We have an injury here. And I think it might be a little serious. They blew the whistle pretty fast on that play.
He's in a lot of pain right now.
Yep.
Can you give us a close-up on that? I don't see who it is. Thank you. So we're going to see who the injured player is.
It's number 97.
Justin, I'm adjusting right now.
Oh.
So somebody at the, yep, I see it right there. That is,
I believe that's number 97, Royce Mendonca.
I thought I saw him walking off, but I may be wrong. No, 97, you're right. It is him.
Wait, let's see.
Nope. He did come up. No, that
33.
is 33. That is Jordan Visperas.
That's the middle linebacker. He's been having a pretty good game today, too. Oh, that's a big hit there for the West.
Yeah. Well, we'll step aside while they sort that out, and we hope he's okay. It's still 7-0 East, 3:32 to play in the third quarter. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
This show sucks.
What the? Don't like this program? Did you know you could create your own? Really? Yeah.
What the?
First, there are a few things you need to know about copyright. Copyright is any intellectual property that is protected by law, such as literature, movies.
Well, we're back. That injured player, Jordan.
Yeah.
Check. Help me. There is.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Talk. Hello. There is no box in the middle. I got one on the left, one on the right. Okay, now, hello.
Can you hear him?
Talk to me. Anything. Okay. Well, we're back as Jordan Visperas appeared to be okay. He did walk off on his own power. But it's 4th and 1 now for the East. And snap gets away from the quarterback, and he's going to be dropped way back or run out of bounds all the way back at his own 32. And yet again, we have a turnover on downs. That's the third one in succession. And Marcus, I got to think that the rain is really playing a huge role in this game.
The rain wanted some tonight. He wanted to get in the game and make sure we had a problem. So I guess the rain said, hey, I want some piece of this game too. So now the rain's in here causing havoc all over the place.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah.
So by the way, that right there was Mike's rendition. That was a Milli Vanilli classic, and he said that that was not lip sync. That was live from Mike. Just for all to know, that ad lib was done by Mike.
And that was before Marcus was born.
Oh no, actually I was born around there.
I'm trying to be nice to you.
Oh
man.
no, that's okay.
All right.
I'm glad I'm here, so I'll take it. I'm okay with that.
All right.
Back to the action with the rain once again giving us the fumble there. So we're going to see what the West, that gives them another advantage here.
Yeah, we got our colleagues up in the booth laughing at us. So we give autographs after the show, boys. So the West has the ball back and pretty decent field position. 1st and 10. It's placed on the East 34-yard line. And let's see what they can do. This is their second series of the half, and we got 2:46. This third quarter has gone by really fast.
Yeah, they've been running the ball. And we have a sweep
Pitch.
here.
And he's going to make it through, and he has the first down. That's going to be stopped at about the 22, maybe the 21. That's going to move the sticks. And it's not, there have not been that many first downs for the West, so that is really an impressive run right there.
Yeah, but he was tackled by you-know-who.
Yep.
Number 10.
So you got two you-know-whos. You got Justin Donahue, and you got Walter Servine IV.
I think these guys have a personal vendetta going back and forth here.
You might. I mean, you got the East Bay Warriors against the Los Gatos Longhorns.
Yeah,
so you got East and West. It doesn't get any more East and West than that.
Yeah, it does. And those are both guys from I believe they're both from Pop Warner League, so they've seen
Very
each other
possible.
before.
And there he is again. And this time, he's going to be dragged down. I think he may have lost a yard there.
Yes.
And Donahue did, in fact, get the ball. And let's see who met him there. I did not see. But there it was. Well, you can see 25 was in on that. That was Jacob Villarreal.
It was Jacob, and then also cleanup was number 11 again, Troy Fanal, who's also been having a phenomenal game on defense for the East.
Absolutely. We haven't seen much of Villarreal up until now, but 6 feet 198, so he's a well put together young man.
Yeah, that's definitely a linebacker for sure.
1:37 to go in the quarter. 2nd and 8. And now I thought the ball was handed off, and I thought it might have come out, but it didn't. So once again, I believe that was Justin Donahue.
Yes, it was. Justin Donahue again.
And Devin Cisneros was in, I think, on that stop, or maybe I read that wrong. Nope, I think he slipped down, honestly. So we got a 3rd and 6 now coming up at the 18-yard line. And this is the best field position that the West has had, maybe in the entire game.
Yeah. Let's see what they do here.
Pitch again. And he does turn the corner, and he's going to be brought down at about the 7, or shoved out of bounds, I should say. Right. But that is going to be, I think, short of the first down.
I don't know. I think he got that.
Nope, they are moving the sticks. It is first down.
Yeah, I think he got that. He went out of bounds a little bit late, but.
Yep, and so we have 1st and goal for the West, and that is, I can confirm, that is the first time they have been at goal-to-go yardage at this point.
Exactly. I can't hear me. Well, I can look right in.
Said we have a timeout on the field.
Looks like it.
All right. Well, we'll give the players a break and give the viewers a break. Don't go away.
La transición a la edad adulta para las personas con discapacidades puede ser difícil. Parents Helping Parents puede hacerlo un poco más fácil. Connections California Transición a la Adultez es nuestro programa más nuevo. Estamos aquí para ayudar. Encontrará información importante para ayudar a crear la transición más suave posible a la edad adulta junto a su ser querido. Obtenga más información en php.com.
Well, we're back at Valley Christian after a timeout and then some tending to injuries. So we've got 1st and goal. The ball's on the 10-yard line in the final seconds of this third quarter. And I guess the West would like to punch it in before the end of the quarter, and they're not going to get a chance right now because I think somebody jumped.
Another false start. The receivers definitely have to start looking in. It's one of the fundamentals that you teach your wide receivers is that you keep your eyes inside to the ball. You move at the snap of the ball. That way you never can go offside. Check in with the referees, make sure your alignment's correct, and then keep your eyes inside so at the snap of the ball you know what to do.
Does it happen often in a game like tonight, Marcus, where a wide receiver will just slip, not meaning to go offside, really checking in the way you did, but just loses his balance?
It could happen, but majority of the time, their first step is on their, is on the snap of the ball or, on the go, on their call. So normally, they should be looking inside right now, looking at the ball. So once the ball snaps, then they know what to do.
Now a pitch. That's to Donahue. And Donahue's going to pick up a little.
Tackled by number 25, Jacob Villarreal.
So he did see a little bit of daylight there, but a good wrap-up there by Villarreal. And actually, he did lose 2 yards, and that's the end of the third quarter.
Yes.
So now the West does have to deal with the clock just a little bit, something that they didn't have to deal with before. We got 12 minutes left in this game. They are knocking on the door.
Yeah.
But you can see that the East's defense is tightening up, and that's exactly what they need to do in the red zone.
Yeah, they have to tighten up here because I'm telling you now, if the West puts it together and gets in this end zone and we go to 7-7, we got a ball game.
Well, and then you have the intensity is going to be turned up by both teams, and the rain is going to keep coming down, and those two usually don't mix.
Yeah, and I just think, like I said, it might slide a little bit into the West favor just for the simple fact they pretty much have dialed it in defensively against the East's offense.
Yeah. So we'll see. Of course, they are switching sides. That's what you do in quarters. And the rain has not let up a bit since we've started this half. In fact, I think it may have gotten just a teeny bit more intense. Fortunately, no thunder and lightning so far. Now they break out of the huddle. So, 2nd and goal from the 12 as we start the fourth quarter here. Brandel out of the gun. And Donahue is hit, and forward progress may have gotten him 2 or 3. But now we've got a 3rd down coming up, and I don't know if you could call this a goal line stand, but the East continues to do what they need to defensively right now, Marcus.
Yeah. They have been just relentless. So this is where they're going to have to put it together there for the West. I mean, honestly, I'd try to test their secondary right now.
Yeah, I'd go for a pass right now if I was them, and I think the ball's been marked at about the 7 or the 8. So let's see what they can do here. Brandel's trying to bark out the signals.
And they call timeout. Timeout for the we got a timeout for the East.
That's the first timeout that either of the teams have taken. So we'll let them sort it out while we step aside. Will the West be able to punch it in? Come back and find out. We'll see you then.
On behalf of the staff and board of directors of Next Door Solutions to Domestic Violence, we want to thank you for your support and contributions. For over 50 years, you have made it possible for us to help people escape violence and move into a higher quality of life. As we continue to grow to meet the increasing needs for survivors, we encourage you to continue to be involved with Next Door Solutions. Support us with your contributions, volunteering your time, and in-kind contributions to keep our pantry stocked. You can visit our website, nextdoorsolutions.org, to find out how you can join our efforts to end domestic violence in the moment and for all time. Thank you.
Well, we're back at Valley Christian where the rain is coming down harder than it has before. We've got 3rd and goal from the 8, and the West trying to punch it in. And the West is, and the East is saying that the West either got a hold or some sort of a violation. I didn't see a flag, did you?
Yeah, well, the same referee on that far side is false start. I don't know who's false starting or who he's talking to, but it just seems like the flag is coming out, and I'm not seeing not seeing the same movement that he's seeing. So I'm just trying to figure that one out there, because it seems like he's been throwing that flag pretty loosely today.
Yeah, and there have been, I mean, you and I have an advantage in that we can see kind of the whole picture, but I'm still not seeing a whole lot of these false start calls.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to look on his side and see what he's seeing.
Bandel has the ball and hands it off to Donahue, and I don't know how much he was stopped there. I don't know if forward progress is going to give him much at all there.
No.
And the defense continues to hold, and now you're faced with 4th down, and the ball is going to be spotted at the 8. So he did pick up about 4 or 5 yards, but you still got 4th down. And good stop there. Villarreal was in on that, but there was at least one other, and it may have been somebody that we've seen before.
Yeah, I think it was once again,
that was Santino de Santiago in on that too.
Yeah, there's Troy for now, number 11, the strong safety. He's been coming up.
So 4th down. Let's see if the defense can hold again.
Good rollout.
And Bandel rolling out,
beautiful
wide
play.
open.
There it is, to number 6, Kelton Forbes.
Yeah, from the Santa Cruz Seahawks.
Awesome.
Down the coast just a little bit, and we are about to have a tie game here, Marcus.
Yep, I think here we go. Here's the ball game right here. Here's the ball game right here. This is it right here. 7-7, 9 minutes to go. This is where, hey, the West definitely had to score on this drive. This is a perfect drive to score the 7 points. Now you have time to try to go back and score again.
Well, now, but then the question becomes, are they going to be able to pull off the PAT with the rain? And that may be, I mean, you mentioned the ball game, okay, but the 1 point may end up being decisive here.
Well, like I said, no pressure here, so take your time and go ahead and just get it off.
That's right. Now, given the fact that this is the All-Star game, okay, if the snap is bobbled and they don't get the hold down, what happens?
That's a penalty right there.
That is definitely a penalty.
Yeah, what is he doing? Bring it, move it up.
Yep, that's just going to make it that much easier, although the kicking angle at that point may not be a factor.
You can't block it.
No.
Yeah, you can't block it, so chill out. Take it easy. It's okay. I mean, these guys are fired up, man. They know they're in their competitive. You know, the competitor in them, I understand. But now this is just going to make it an easy one.
Yeah, this is a gimme at this point.
But once again, the rain has been vicious, so we never know.
The rain and the wind, although we can't really see that so much.
I'm just looking at the flags there on the goalpost there. They're not blowing too heavy, so.
They were earlier.
Money.
And there it is. And we have a tie game here.
There we go. And look at the heads. I see a lot of heads down over there on the east, so it looks like we have a momentum shift, Mike.
Yes, we do, and we've got ourselves a horse race, and that is exactly what we'd hope we'd get. And so, with 9:42 to go in this one, we are tied at 7. This is going to be a fantastic finish.
Yes.
Whether it's in the next 10 minutes or the next 15, we'll find out. Don't go away. We'll be back to Valley Christian in just a moment.
For 35 years, Siren has been at the forefront of the immigrant rights movement in California and at times across the country. Siren continues to dedicate our work towards improving and changing the laws and systems that impact the communities we serve. Siren started in 1987 in a response to an immigration act that changed the legal landscape for many in this country. 35 years later, immigration continues to be one of the biggest debated issues in this country. Join Siren on Wednesday, December 14th at 5:30 p.m. at San Jose's historic Montgomery Theater. Tickets for the event include event entry, pre-showing networking, and light refreshments, and students with ID receive a special price. Visit us on sirenimmigrantrights.org. This special celebration will include extraordinary leaders from the immigrant and refugee communities, headlined by San Jose's very own nationally acclaimed poet and artist, Yosimar Reyes, performing an excerpt from his one-man show, Prieto. Additionally, we will have musical performance by local youth singing sensation, Gabriela Sepulveda, accompanied by Mariachi Estelar. Plus, don't forget your dancing shoes so you can join us on the dance floor as we close out a star-studded night with local Bay Area salsa musician Javier Navarrete and his band. Please join us for an evening honoring the contributions of immigrants and refugees in our community. We look forward to sharing inspiring stories, making new friends, and to strengthening our community of supporters. La lucha sigue.
Well, we're back here at Valley Christian. We got ourselves a tie game, and the West kicking off here. And the return, not bad, brought down at about the 36-yard line. And now the East has got to show. They've already shown that they can score points, but now we got to find out how resilient they are, Marcus.
Yeah, here we go. I seen a lot of heads down on the sideline after the touchdown. So now, trying to take a look at it here, we're going to see what they can do. I see so a lot of conversation amongst this is where we're going to get real ticky-tacky with the coaches and the referees and the penalties and things of that nature for who can get the edge here. So now we get to see what's going to happen. Like I said, this is one of those quarters where everything's going to we're going to see anything and everything right now.
Yep, this is going to turn into a game of inches.
Yes.
Even more than it would be otherwise. And the East Side bringing it out. And we're going to see if they can play. They have not played from behind, and they have not played in a tie, unless you count being a scoreless tie. So let's see how they react. And right away, looks like the ball is going to be taken back a piece or two.
Yeah, I mean, these holding and blocking the back calls have been killing a lot of the team's offense momentum.
Yeah, a lot of interruptions, and it slows the game down. Although I should add that third quarter went quicker than most quarters of football I've ever watched.
Yeah.
So here we go. 1st and 10, ball's marked at the 21-yard line. Running around to the near side. It's the ball. Now handed off, and he does manage to fight for 2 or 3 yards. Okay, Menachi Elias there handing it off to...
I believe that was number 1.
That was to LaSavion Carr. And he came in motion all the way back there. That was a good penetration, though, by the West defense.
Yeah,
they almost got him.
Defensive end came off the edge. He read down, and he saw the pull, and he went after him. He was almost there. But again, they only gained about a yard from that. That says a lot.
Correct. 2nd and 9, and not great field position right now for the East. So you talked about a momentum shift. We'll see. 2 in the back, 2 wide receivers. And again, the handoff.
44, nowhere.
And he stopped.
Oh, my goodness. What a way to play. Number 56 and number 71 on the play.
That's Moni Leilu, the 6'3", 241 player from the San Jose hit squad that was in on that one.
Yeah, that was a big play. And then you saw, but the leader of that pack, again, was the number 1 draft pick, DJ came in, number 24, playing. They moved him over to that D tackle in the interior. He blew right through there.
And now we're down to just about 8 minutes to go, and now the clock may start to become a factor, especially because Eastside has already burned 1 timeout.
Yes.
So 3rd and long, and the West may be sensing blood in the water at this point.
Quick screen.
Now, quick screen. There's going to be a flag down.
Coming from that side.
And he's going to be run out of bounds at about a little short of the 30-yard line. We'll see what the marker is. The West came out of that feeling pretty good about it. So
again, that was number 24 on that. That was a big DJ Sanchez. He's turning it up for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he must have heard me talk and said, hey, the number 1 draft pick was quiet in the first half.
Well, you called him by his nickname because his full name is Dario Sanchez. DJ, I guess, would be his nickname. And now you can see that he does, and the flag is thrown right there, so it was outside of what we could see on the screen.
Yeah.
But it looks as if it is going to go against the East, and that is just about lethal for that drive.
Yeah, it just seemed like they take for every most positive yard they're getting. It's hard to see what the actual call was there, but I mean, the ref on that side seems to be seeing things that we can't see.
And Marcus, this is not the first time that the East is really self-sabotaged on a drive that's going well. I mean, back in the first half, they had a drive where they gained 30 yards and then they gave up 30 yards.
Yes.
3rd and 14 now. And the pass is complete, and he gets by 1, and he's going to have the first down, and he's going to be brought down at about the 38-yard line, and that puts some life back into this East Side drive. 7:30 to go in the game.
Yep, and that once again was a case in Pinedo. He's been a threat out there.
And that's, yes, Cason Pinedo from the Gilroy Browns.
His yards after the catch, he's been real dangerous on those quick outs and the hitches. Everything he catches it short and then takes it for the first down. This guy's money every time.
Mario Reyes, the center there. And
illegal motion, I believe.
Yep, and that's going to be against the East. And again, shooting themselves in the foot, and that's got to be frustrating to a coaching staff.
Yeah, for sure. And this is where the coaches got to coach them up. Let them know whoever's making the mistake, find the number, talk to them.
Although it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of stoppage in the play. I mean, the clock is continuing to roll. We're approaching the 7-minute mark here. 1st and 15 now. Ball's placed at the 32-yard line.
Here comes Minacci.
And he's going to keep it this time, and he does round the corner, and he will be driven out at about the 40. Pickup of about 2 or 3 for all of that. So Minacci, that's got to be a designed play. He does get a good block there and just didn't pick up a whole lot on that. But at least it is forward progress.
Yeah, he's going positive with it. He found his angle and he took off. He didn't really see anything there that he liked.
It impresses me that they've schemed so that they know what Elias can do with his legs, and they're going to design plays just for that, especially in these. And here he comes again. And this time,
DJ
good
Sanchez.
penetration. Is the ball loose? It looks like it might be.
Let's see, what do we got?
And the West says they have it. Let's see what the officials say.
See what we got.
Or maybe it was down on contact.
I think it was down on contact. It was DJ Sanchez with a...
Nope, it is going to be kept by the East, and the West can't believe it.
That was DJ Sanchez on the play there.
So it's going to be marked down at, I believe that's the 41-yard line, or maybe the 40. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. But that could have been a whole lot worse, Marcus.
Yeah, it sure could have.
Yeah, and there's going to be more mistakes made as the rain, although it looks like it might be backing off just a little bitty bit. We'll see. So it's 3rd and 8 now. Ball's on the 39-yard line. Or no, it is going to stay on the 41.
And do we have a timeout? What are we doing?
Maybe an official's timeout.
No, it looks like...
No, I think they might be looking at Minacci. No, he's just getting some instructions from the coaches.
Yeah, it looks like it was a conversation from the referees.
So that may have been an official's timeout because neither one of them have officially called one. Marcus, this might be a good time to ask you this. We've talked about how the players are recruited for these teams. What about the coaches? Where do they come from?
The coaches, same way. I mean, some of these coaches, like I said, are college coaches, former players from the college level. Even some, like I said, previous coaches we had were former NFL players that we may know through relationship or even contact us to say they're interested in playing, or interested in coaching the game. And then we go from there because we want to give them, the kids that high quality experience. Some of these guys who have done it at that high level.
And now we got a little bit of a wildcat going. That snap was made to Vizion Carr.
Yes.
And I think I saw a flag go on that one. So, yeah, once again, we got a stoppage in play, and I think that one's going to be walked back. And the West coach is over there on the sideline and screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, I think we have there was another call, and it's another flag, because we have, a one vision official, so there's been some adjustments to the rules, and it seems like the East keeps calling plays that they already knew. Because, see, the coaches have a meeting, and they understand the rules of the game. So there's certain calls that can't be made, certain formations.
And that might have been one of them right there with the wildcat.
Yeah, it looks like there was also a hold there on the play, because I think their quarterback had to come out, and then that was their back. Because remember, and then there's also a personal foul.
So we got all sorts of problems with that one. Although I will say, Vizion Carr had quite a run there.
It was a personal foul, I think, on their coaching staff.
Oh, okay. So a sideline foul.
Yep.
And you can see, I don't know if you can see at the top of your screen, but the West coach just can't believe it. Now he is turning back around and still not quite sure what's going on.
Like at the top of the camera?
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you get two competitive teams, get competitive coaches, and so you have to talk to them.
Yeah, let's step aside because we've got a little bit of a powwow going on here that we're going to let them have. So we'll be back in just a minute. Don't go away.
Hi there, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Serena Flores.
And I'm Allison Dudzinski.
We are coming to you from Youth Science Institute at Vizion Park in Los Gatos. I would like to invite you to come and visit our newly renovated Nature Center, featuring several interactive displays such as our watershed wall, migratory bird display, Imagine Nature area, and much, much more. We also have native animals on display such as our bullfrog here and our mountain king snake as well, that visitors can enjoy and learn all about by asking our knowledgeable staff, such as myself and Allison.
Definitely. We would like to extend a special thank you to Santa Clara County Parks and Recreation for funding the renovation for our beautiful Nature Center. To learn more, visit our website on the screen or call us at 408-356-4945. We are open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and for weekend hours, call the number below. We hope to see you soon.
Well, we're still trying to get some clarity on exactly what's been happening. We do know that the ball's been pushed back to...
Sideline referee personal.
Yeah, it's a personal foul on the sideline there. And so the East backed up yet again, and a lot of progress that's been blown. Now going for broke, and he did catch the ball. Are they going to count that? They are.
Yeah, he caught that.
First down, or maybe not a first down, but certainly a pretty good advance there.
And that was a Vizion Carr on that one. Beautiful catch.
Yeah, let's see if we can see that one again. Okay, so that's going to bring him close. Now it's 4th and 4. Before it was like 4th and 40 miles. And the ball's going to be placed at about the 43-yard line. So let's see that one again. Marcus, take over.
Oh, yeah, you're going to see him go ahead and just launch the rocket to his number one receiver there. Look, he positions himself. It's now a basketball game at that point. He positions himself, and he must have put it. He gripped it there. There's the refs. Two refs were right there. They called it a catch. Hey, that is what it is there.
Yes, it is. And he had to come back for that one. So not a particularly well thrown ball, and they're going to kick it away anyway.
Yep, looks like we have a punt here.
But one heck of an effort there, I'll say that much. And there it goes. And that one's going to be picked up at about the 28. Okay. And here he comes, and he's got a run back going.
What?
He's well into territory, and he's going to finally be dumped at about the 34 of the East. And now,
what is the flag?
Guy's getting just a little bit violent about it.
And we have another flag now. We have more flags.
Yeah, I might call an unnecessary roughness on that one.
Well, I don't see where that was at, because we have a block here. Ari Noriega Jr. goes for the block there. He gets, tried to get the block.
It was well away from the ball.
So we're going to figure out what's going on here.
So I would not have called that first block as being unnecessary roughness, but I would have towards the end of the play. But now the West is going to keep the ball. At least I can't imagine that they wouldn't. And somebody's got to pick up those flags, too.
Bro, what is going on? Why does this dude, what is he throwing flags for? No.
And this one is going to be taken all the way back.
They're fired. Oh, God, they fired. I'm serious.
They're going to be taking this back all the way to, probably the 19-yard line, I think is where the ball's being spotted right now.
So, what was the call there?
If it had been me, and I don't agree with the call, Marcus, but I would have called an unnecessary roughness on that first block during the return. Like I said, I think that's what they would have done, although I would not have made that call myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to really figure out what the...
Well, in any case, we got 4:42 to go in this, and the West is backed up. Quick out. And he's not going to get very far.
That was Finau, number 11. Big play.
That was Finau, and who is in it? Was that Mendoka?
That was number 17 on the catch.
Yes, Jadon Shabaglian from the Los Gatos Longhorns.
As you see here, he drops back for that. There was not too much blocking there. Finau just muscled his way right through and attacked it.
Yeah, he did not have much of a chance once he caught that ball. And that's going to push the ball back to about the 18. So he lost a yard on that, and that's got to be frustrating. And now the wind's beginning to pick up a little bit. And the handoff.
Number 22.
And that's to Justin Donahue again, and he's going to make up for some of that and gather some. I think they're going to mark that at the 25-yard line. As the clock continues to roll here, and the West has all three of their timeouts.
Yes. They haven't taken any timeouts yet. I think they're going to go back again to 22.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit, and they do. And blown dead, and I think we may have yet another false start.
Is it the receiver on that side? I'm just trying to see. I think it's the same receiver over and over again moving ahead of the snap.
So now it's third, going to bring up, I think, a 3rd and 8 for the West. They come out of the huddle, and I got to think they got to go to the air on this one, Marcus.
Yeah, it looks like the way they widen it out, they might be the...
Yeah, and they do. And that one
that's pass interference. Pass interference.
Yes, it was.
He got there way too early. First down.
And that is a gift for the West because that was not going to be an easily catchable ball.
No, that was...
Throws that up, and yes, that ran right into the receiver, and that was a good call by the official.
Yeah, that one we saw there. That one was definitely...
And that's going to be Divine Johnson, number 0, who's going to be called for that one. And that is a first down.
And Divine's been playing a pretty good corner there all day. You know, I guess, he just had... the aggression just took over on that one.
Yep, and... got a lot of heart, but you also got to play by the rules.
Yep. So let's see what happens here.
So first ball at the 36, and he's back to pass. Now he's getting flushed, and he's almost sacked, and I think he just threw that one away. Now, Coach, would you have called that an intentional grounding right there?
Well, it couldn't be due to the fact that there was a receiver in the vicinity, so that's why they probably won't call that there, because you had 25. If you look at it here, you'll see 25 right in the middle, right where he throws it. It looks like it was supposed to be a screen, and you see
you're
him
right.
right there. So that's why they didn't call that one. So that was smart. That was smart play by the quarterback.
And actually, I don't know if that was. I think that may have just come out of his hands funny because he did have a receiver. You're absolutely right. 2nd and 10 now. Less than 3 minutes to go. Now he's got all day, and he lofts it down, and it is complete at about the 48-yard line. He's dropped immediately, but that should be enough for a West first down. And this may be the drive that decides the game. Look how much time he has, Marcus.
Yeah, and that was to Justin Donahue. Justin Donahue he's been playing big.
That's the first time I think we've seen Justin catch a pass today.
Yeah, but he's been making big plays, first down. He's moving the chains for he's pretty much put the team on his shoulders offensively.
Yes, he has. And so the West offense really coming alive here in the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter because they don't want to play overtime either. And that one's, tipped in and out of the hands of Jaden Shabaglian. And not a very well thrown ball. It was a little high for him.
And we're in a 2-minute offense coming up.
Mm-hmm. So just not a well thrown ball. Second and 10 from the 48-yard line. From the gun. And it is Donahue, and he is off to the races, and I think he may go.
And big touchdown by number 22, Donahue, on the score. Was there any laundry on the field?
I do not see any flags. And the West did exactly what they needed to do. And you talked about a 2-minute offense. Well, that was a 2-second offense right there, Mark.
Yeah, number 22, man, that kid has been a monster for these guys today.
And that may be the deciding play.
Well, we got 2 minutes. We got 1 minute and 47 seconds, and they got explosive players over there on the East. And, Menachie now, he's number 2, the ball's in his hands. This is where we see what we're made out of, right?
Yep, and the East does have 2 timeouts. The West has 3. So it's all about clock management and ball management at this point. So we'll see if they can pull off this PAT, and that one hit the ground, and they may just snap that one again, Marcus.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The ref wasn't ready. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the first time tonight that we have seen the players get ahead of the referees. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you know that you can't get ahead of the referees. You'll lose a playoff game if you do that.
Yes, we do know.
No offense. I didn't mean to bring up a personal thing there, Marcus.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm a steel curtain guy.
Here we go. And it's perfect, and we've got a 14-7 game with 1:47 to go. And this is where, if we were talking about resilience before for the East, now we're talking about resilience and intelligence the rest of the way for this white team coming up on the right side of the screen. Marcus, at this point in the game, they do have 2 timeouts, but they're down a score. They don't have a ton of time left, so I'm thinking they're going to have to pass the ball if they want to, get into the red zone. I don't think they can keep it on the ground as much.
Oh, yeah, no, they're going to have to take it to the skies. They're going to have to get positive yards a lot. But the thing is the East is definitely going to have to limit the offsets. They're going to have to stop getting penalized for the false starts, the holding calls.
And, of course, they can't turn the ball over.
Yeah, they definitely can't turn the ball over, but they definitely...
So that kick went into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And so they're going to bring it out with 1:47 and 2 timeouts to work with. And here they come. So if you're experienced in these things, you have what Alcoa used to call a fantastic finish, and this may be what we're in for.
So here they go with that 2 wide. Here they go with that spread. So you got 2 of the best receivers in this game on one side.
And Menache's going to keep it himself. He's had some success with this before.
Good tackle.
Not much there, and that was
number 2.
Number 2, that was Tyrone Jones, and I also think that Uni Kingston Ayosa was in on that one, number 61.
That was a good tackle. Way
Excellent.
to come up from the corner spot.
Yep. Only picked up 2 yards, and the clock is running.
As we see here, watch how he comes up from the corner spot, sheds block, gets low.
And the penetration there was just textbook.
Yep.
On that. So 2nd and 8. And
illegal motion.
And that's not going to help matters.
See, this is what's been killing them all game.
And that's going to be another 5 yards, and we've just hit the 1 minute mark. So now we've got a 2nd and 13. And that is exactly, Marcus, what you said they couldn't do. They can't have those setbacks, and this is one that they've just had. And now they're getting into double digits with the time.
Somebody has to come get the trophies and stuff.
Now he's back to pass. He's going to have to go to the air, and that one...
There's no way that's a call. That he went for the ball. That's not a PI.
And that is going to be...
That's not a pass interference. He went for the ball.
Well, I didn't see a flag get thrown, did you? But I know that the
coaches are upset.
The coaches were wanting a PI, but no, he was going for the ball. There was no obstruction there.
Hey, OJ, we're going to give him, near the end of the game, let him know to everybody after they shake hands to meet at the middle of the field. We're going to announce the awards.
So let's see that again. And nope, that was not, there was no obscuring of the view. He didn't push him out of the way. There's no pass interference. That was a good call by the officials.
Yes, it was. That was a clean call because he was attacking. You've seen him read it, and he attacked the ball. He didn't attack the man. That's why they didn't call it.
Marcus, the rain has now stopped.
Oh yeah, this is where we see what they're made out of. Drops back again.
3rd down. Going for it.
There it is.
It's picked off.
There it is.
And that's probably your ball game right there.
There it is.
And that was Rylan Bermeo, I think, number 11.
Car's down.
And
then we just seen somebody throw their helmet down over there. That's not what this is about.
Nope. Maybe you throw your helmet down. That might be called unsportsmanlike conduct.
What? What did they stop the clock? What stop?
And now looks like we got a player down.
Hey, OJ.
So let's see that one again. And he lofted it up there way too long, and it was called. And then where did the injury happen? Not sure exactly where, but that is LaSavion Carr, I think, number 1, who is taking a spill. And he's walking off now, and he's in a lot of pain right now. I think he may have done some damage to that leg.
Yeah, and he has a great career ahead of him, and he played a heck of a game.
Mm-hmm. Well, fortunately, he's being carried off.
Yeah, his coach grabbed and carried him off.
Yeah, good for him. Good for the coach. He needed that. So now,
change the clock.
We're going to have to put a little bit of time back on the clock, I think, or adjust the clock somehow. So 40 seconds, and I think it's now a case of just take a knee a couple of times, and the West will have taken this one to the bank. Justin, are we gonna cover the trophy presentation?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so after the clock expires, you're just gonna roll the credits?
Yeah.
Okay. Not a special.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, after the game, just tell me. Conclusion of the game, the award ceremony will be.
So, the West, after probably a disappointing first half, the interception notwithstanding, are now in a position where all they need to do, they're in victory formation. All they got to do is take a knee, and that should just about do it. And Marcus, that last pass, I don't know that I would say it shouldn't have been thrown, but it was hung up there so long that the West secondary it was like picking fruit off a tree.
Yeah, that's, and like I said, that was the strength of their defense was their secondary, like we said earlier. And when that ball was thrown, there was always that 50-50, and those guys were right there every time. So it finally, it paid off. They were forced to play to their hands.
Well, may I say to you, as this game finishes up, that this has been a fun experience. I've learned a lot from doing this game with you tonight. I can't tell you what a pleasure it's been for me.
Yeah, it's been an awesome game. I mean, this was probably one of our best games in a while, and so it's great to have, these guys played hard, but all these guys are champions at the end of the day. These kids we're going to remember a lot of these names, and we're going to see them do great things later on.
Well, all I can tell you is that I hope you have a safe journey home tonight.
Yes, sir.
And I hope that we will be able to do this again real soon.
Oh, yeah, I'll look forward for it next year. Get ready.
You better know it.
All right.
So our producer, director, and engineer in charge was Justin Cowgill. Thank you, boss. Audio engineer was Francisco Alvarez. Graphics relay was Caitlin Zizo. For Marcus Tribble, I'm Mike Messner, reminding you, run for the roses, but don't forget to stop and smell them. We'll see you next time. Good night, all.